and had met him several times. And when Bill Forlines was superintendent here, he retired, or what happened to Bill? I think he retired. They brought Mr. Kelly here.
Mm-hmm.
And,
but you were a brakeman, right, at that time?
yeah, I was brakeman
So
then.
you knew everything there was to know about switching, and he was trying to tell you how to do it, and you just basically told him, take a walk.
Him and the agent was trying to, of course, they wanted us to get through and get back to Union City. There's so much work then.
Mm-hmm.
See, everything traveled by rail then, man. I've seen Trenton yard covered up. Over 100 cars on the yard being loaded and unloaded. And they had a big oil mill there, and a cotton mill.
Is it the titty mill?
Titty mill. They unloaded coal. There was a track over behind the waterworks way around there. Like they got a lot of feed in, coal.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wilson Coal in front of the old depot at Trenton now. There's still a high place in the opening in the track where they would pinch cars by coal cars and dump the coal there. He'd load it in his trucks and deliver it to people all over Trenton. Mm-hmm. People burned coal back then.
Yeah, yeah, for heat.
Yeah.
So you finally retired when?
Mm-hmm.
You retired from the railroad when?
Me?
Yeah.
In December '86. December '86, and I should have, of course, they give me $42,000 to retire. The IC was getting older men to retire because they had some, after the merger, young men, mm-hmm. that they wanted to move up. And I was 62. I didn't want to retire, but I think I told you about it in the other interview about getting a hot cinder in my eye, and I was supposed to wear contact, but I wasn't, and I couldn't see hardly anything out of this eye. Mm-hmm. And of course, if the IC authorities had known it, they wouldn't let you work with a contact lens. Oh. Back then. I don't know about now. Oh. And so I thought I better take advantage of it. Well, they told me, said, you can go ahead and quit in December. It won't interfere, because our cutoff date is the 15th. Mm. And it won't interfere with the income tax and all. But it did. I got over $100,000 and all, and the Internal Revenue hit me a lick. And I think about $4,500.
$4,500 in taxes?
Yeah. And I got a little lawyer here in Jackson. I don't know. What's his name? I'll think of it in a minute, but he said, I bet you I can get that money for you. He said, I'll write them a letter and we'll set a court date here in Jackson. Mm-hmm. And they won't come from Chicago for that amount of money.
Yeah.
Even though they wouldn't have to pay it.
Yeah.
But he got me the $42,000.
Oh wait, you had to pay in $42,000, not $4,200 in taxes. Is that what you're saying?
No, $4,200.
Okay.
I said $4,200.
So you got $4,200 back from them because the judge gave you a default judgment because they didn't show up?
We didn't even go to court. They wrote a nice letter and said, we don't think you're entitled to this money. Uh-huh. But since you're a long-time employee with a good record, uh-huh, that we'll give you the money.
Really?
And a check for it.
Because they knew they weren't going to make it to the court date. Or they didn't want to come to the court date.
The expense of having to come here.
I mean, would have just killed it anyway.
Yeah.
Nullified it anyways. Yeah. So they just gave up without a fight and gave you the money back. That's good.
But yeah. Then I went to work out at the old Hickory Mall in 40,
40.
60,
86.
87.
87. Okay.
Early part of 87, and I've been out there ever since. I need to
You've
quit.
been out there long enough to retire from both places.
Yeah. But it's really been nice working at the old mall. I've met a lot of friends and
Met me.
real close to management out there. They're all very good to me. So I'm just like a member of the management as far as I sat in on most all the discussions and
Do you now?
what's going on.
Even while I was there?
Huh?
Even when I was there?
No, well, not really. Just
Not the formal meetings, but you sat in on everything
well,
else.
like now,
Uh-huh.
Tracy and April and all.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times they call me in for, and they'll tell contractors and all, call Ben. He'll take you and show you this unit
Uh-huh.
or where this meter is, and they just,
Want to call it done then?
oh yeah.
All right.